I'm so shocked. This is amazing.
You know what? It is the first time.
Yes, it is the first freaking time since I've known you, 4 years, mind you. Okay? Not like I met you yesterday, but I'm proud of you and I'm thankful.
Good job.
This is amazing.
Okay, it's nearly time. 1 minute. It's time. Okay, everybody, this is recording.
All right. Mute your mic.
Good to see everybody. If you could mute your mics, that would help just for now. Any questions, please ask them in chat. I'm going to be, I'm using speech to text, so if anyone doesn't have voice, they can hear me, and I'll try and do the thing for everybody. So, it's our June community meeting, so let me just choose the right screen. And first slide is boring technical stuff, and here we go. There's quite a lot of it. So firstly, we were using Cloudflare to store all our assets, and that's a company that provides lots of servers, and they have been having some issues, and I took the decision about a month ago to start moving the assets off, and so now we are using something called iDrive E2 storage, which is much cheaper to run, actually, which is great. And the other thing about iDrive E2, which is also really good, is that it's in the same data center, so it's much faster, or the node that we're on is much quicker. So, let's see now. I'm hoping you're hearing this okay. Good. Okay, so we have a new ticket system. Now, I don't like ticket systems, okay? But the reason I've put this in place is because we're trying to track patterns with issues on the grid. So if 5 people have the same issue and you all raise a ticket with the same issue, then it helps us to sort of diagnose what's going on, whether it's one person's problem or everyone's problem. So don't forget to try the new, hi Joe, try the new ticket system. It's quite good fun, and it sends emails out all over the place which needs fixing, but it does work. So the new ticket system is there. But of course, if you want to ask a quick question on Discord, please do. There's no rules about this. It's just, it helps us if you've got an issue. If you need to upload screenshots and everything like that, you can do that. Okay. And we have had some issues with the data center, with one of the data centers. We have 6 huge servers and they're sitting in different data centers, but 3 of them, by an error when they were set up, are set up in the in one data center, and we can't have that. So one of the reasons, well, basically, we've had a couple of instances with the T1 lines going into the data center over the last month or so, and they have agreed to move those servers to a different data center, but they actually have to physically unplug the server, stick it on a truck, and drive it to the next data center. So while they're doing that, they'll be upgrading the RAM in the servers. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's like the memory, because OpenSIM needs a lot of memory. And so while they're doing that, they will upgrade the RAM as well. Now, we are moving 3 servers next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And when that happens, some of the grid will go down while the server's being moved. And then when they plug it in again, it'll all come back up again. But the grid will remain online all the while the servers are being moved, okay, which is a bit crazy. We have effectively had, by that data center going down, it's the equivalent of half of the grid going down. So that's why we did have some bit of downtime, because what the grid does is it tries to fix itself by moving things around, and obviously with half the servers down, it struggled to do that. And obviously we brought it back up. It's no biggie. This grid can cope with that. Everything's replicated and duplicated, and so we kind of cover ourselves. A lot of grids who went through what we went through in the last few weeks with this data center issues would have actually been completely destroyed. Okay, just to give you an idea of how brilliant Busty and Dyer's work has been in building the system and helping, and with me doing it as well. But I'm just a small part of a big puzzle. But just the whole thing is absolutely brilliant and is really, really resilient. So once these servers are moved, we won't have any more issues like we've been having with weird half the grid falling over. Okay, that'll all be gone because they'll all be in different data centers. Although they're in the same area, physical area, they're not in the same place. So that's fine. And also they'll have more RAM in them, which means that we'll get a bit better grid performance overall. And we'll have to restart regions. We do rolling restarts every now and then. We'll have to do that less. Okay, we don't do it a lot. But sometimes we do it because why do we do rolling restarts? Because OpenSim uses RAM. And if you can't see the screen, just click it and just wait, and it will appear. Okay, just so the screen is, we're using so one of the things you've got as region owners, if you're a region owner, is you have a thing that allows you to stream your computer screen in world. And if I move my mouse pointer across, you can see there's my mouse pointer. I can move it around. And that means that you could actually have movie nights, which I know I promised a movie night, but it never happened because we've just been a bit snowed under with work with the servers and improving the technical things that are going on. So we will be having a beautiful movie night, but probably after Wolffest, once we've all survived that. Okay, good. Okay, so we've been testing IAR file uploads, and you know who you are. We had an IAR that was about 75 gig, and it took about a week and a half to upload. And so we can do it, but we'd rather not do it. And we're going to be, we're thinking about it and how best to facilitate that. If someone is desperate to have their IAR file uploaded, we can do it. But it is a huge job, and we may have to charge for it a small fee because of the amount of work it is, and the fact it ties up a server basically. It ties up one container on a server, just doing nothing but uploading that IAR file. Good. We've rewritten the asset service slightly to help to work properly with. We've rewritten the asset service to work better with the E2 cloud storage, so that because we actually moved about 7 million assets from Cloudflare to E2 live while you were using the grid. So we had both things running. So we had a modification to our asset service that would go, it would go, is the hat here on this E2 cloud storage? No, it's not. Okay, I'll go get it from the old one and I'll write it to the new one and then I'll give it to you. Okay, so all this has been going on in the background. It took us about a week and a half, 24 hours a day. The no asset thing becomes less of an issue as time goes on, because the grid is being repairs the assets as time goes on. So if someone lands on a region with the asset that's broken, then the grid will fix it. That's one of the things we've done. So yeah, unfortunately it's something that's not going to be a quick fix, because there are somewhere in the asset store of 7 million assets, there are a few broken assets, and I don't know where they came from. It's when you buy from other regions. There are tricks to get around that. At the moment, the test grid is offline because we are moving servers, but there is a way of dealing with it. But the more people buy and bring stuff, the less it will happen, and it's quite unusual now. I think I haven't seen any for a while. There's a new version of OpenSim server stuff coming out. It's getting closer and closer, and so we will be moving to that. Once it's out, and it involves us moving to a different kind of complete operating system underneath. But the beauty of it is that you'll be able to have the old one, and then when we're ready, we'll say to you, do you want to move over? And you'll go yes, and then we'll move you over, and all that will happen. Yes, good. So that's happening. Firestorm. I've been working with Firestorm because there is an issue with Firestorm where it doesn't have our grid listed, so people have to add it manually, and it's a bit boring. As we are the biggest, we are about the biggest OpenSim private grid. We're a public grid, but so the difference between us and OS Grid, for instance, is that OS Grid, lots of people get their own home PC or a server or whatever and hook it up to OS Grid. And then when they turn it off, OS Grid still reports the land as there, even though it's actually not, because it's gone. And then once a year, OS Grid clear down the land area, and suddenly they've got a tiny amount of land compared to what they had a week ago. We don't let anybody else connect to our grid with their servers or home PCs or whatever. And so that means that we are the largest privately owned land area grid. And I noticed on the stats our visitors are now way above OS Grid, and that's partly due to the work of Xenon and her team, and the Wolfpack team as well has been amazing, and people having more events and things like that, and that's bringing people. It's not what we're here for, to be fair. We're not here to bring loads of people. It's just happening, you know. And I had a really interesting conversation on Facebook about this whole thing, and I don't think people realise that this thing's just happened. It's not how we planned it. It's just grown, and it's just the more we work at it and make it better and add features and everything like that, it's just growing, and it's like fantastic, and it's so brilliant that we have so many fantastic people on this grid working together, even though it's so big, you know. And we will, you know, I think we're hitting like 6,000 users a month now in the last 30 days. That's 6,000 visitors from other places coming to the grid, people on the grid. So that's just amazing. And special mention to Savannah, who's doing an amazing job as well with the. I think she sleeps less than I do, because, you know, just amazing work, and we're getting out there and people are seeing us, and it's absolutely brilliant. And we just enable people and get them out there doing their stuff. Good, because I hate marketing, so I'm glad you do it. I sleep in shifts. Oh, that's brilliant. Cool. Okay. So why downtime? I think I've explained a bit of that. It's because of this data center. Some of our servers are a bit broken, so it's all going to be fixed this week. Some regions will be offline on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for about an hour while they physically pick up the server and drive it somewhere else and put more RAM in it and bring it up again. So it's going to be cool. It'll all be good. So by Wednesday afternoon, UK time. So it's happening at 10 o'clock in the morning, UK time, which was when you're all asleep anyway, apart from us Brits and people from Europe as well. So that's when it's happening. So most of you will be asleep when it happens, so you won't even know anything about it. You'll just notice that when you log in, it might be a bit quicker, and there's more memory and things like that. So I think that's all the technical stuff that I can think of right now. If you've got questions, please put it in the nearby chat. I am watching it, and of course we're recording this, and it will go on to the YouTube channel. Okay, next one. Next slide. Come on, next slide. Oh yeah, that is it. Bobby. Okay, so Bobby can now generate images. So you can ask him to draw you a picture. So you can say, make me a picture of, and tell him what to do. You might have to say, make me a picture of something as a photograph, make me a picture of whatever, but he will generate a picture and give you a link to it. That's free of charge. Some places charge for that. Bobby is available in your region owners pack, so you can actually just get hold of him and res him on your region. We have had a really funny issue. Thanks, Wicked Jets, for reminding me about that. So we found that, like Ghostbusters crossing the streams, if you're trying to catch a ghost, is bad. Putting two Bobbies on the same region caused an incredible amount of problems because they just went absolutely bananas talking to each other. That's now been fixed so that they don't talk to each other. They'll talk to you but not each other, but please don't put them next to each other or on the same region. So one Bobby per region if you can. It just went mad. And what was really funny was we sort of got an alert from ChatGPT 4, and they were going, your usage has just flown up, and they charged me about $200 for that little fight they had because they were talking to each other. Anyway, that's all over now, thank goodness. Another thing about Bobby is it will not work on other grids. Okay, there's two reasons. Firstly, because our OpenSIM has special configuration for it, and secondly, because we actually block it because it's something that this grid has to pay for. So if other grids wants it, they can actually pay us and we'll build it for them because we're nice like that. And Bobby can now generate terrains. There's a new video. Thank you. Oh, popcorn box. Thank you, Savannah, for my popcorn. Unfortunately, I can't eat it because I'm talking. Bobby can generate terrain. So the terrain generator has a new AI bit to it. And there's a video on our YouTube that shows me generating a maze with Bobby's AI. and he actually generates the maze. You can see it on the map. It's somewhere up. It's to the northwest of the grid. So that's been really, really cool. Yes, good. Okay, next slide. Oh dear, I've got a new laptop. Can you tell? Next slide, come on. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to hand over to some other people to do music and education and music, especially with, I think this is where we're going to talk about Wolffest, education and music. So Xenon first, I think, if that's all right. And okay, good. Okay. So anyone who wants to talk about anything, Illusions is here. Xenon, that's you three. Come up here. Singing, if you wish to sing.
No, I'm not singing. I'm definitely not singing.
Okay.
I'm definitely not singing. I'm going to pass the mic over to Indigo and China because they've been working tirelessly on the events. We've spent many hours on working with DJs, getting the time set in with the stages. All the stages set in stone now, have they, Lone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No?
Yes. I think they're all built.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So so basically, we've had a couple of meetings, haven't we, guys? And we've worked tirelessly over quite a few hours.
Yes.
But we think we've got a template now, so it's not going to be so difficult next time, is it, Indigo and China?
No,
it's going to be easy.
So in the meantime, I'm going to pass my mic over to Indigo. Well, not my mic, but I'm going to pass their mic over to Indigo and China and just get them to explain about what's actually going to happen and how it's going to work. So over to you guys.
Okay, so I'm Indigo King here in the grid, and we created a template for all of our DJs and performers. We have a website that you can find by going into the wolf-grid.com link and just click on Wolffest, and you'll be able to see all of the artists and performers that we have booked for the Wolffest on June 15th and 16th. So if you're a performer or a DJ, you should by now have received your confirmations from us. And everything is listed on the website, so you'll be able to just click the link to TP to the hop address. And it went rather smoothly, but the calendar is closed. So I know that there are people that were trying to reach us to DJ, but we did, give a wide time frame, right, for you guys to contact us. So perhaps you can join us next year, or if you want to DJ here at Wolf Pack Club, you should reach out to Xenon Darrow or Savannah Joy, and perhaps you can DJ there. However, on that particular weekend, the club will not be open because all of the events will be happening at the Wolffest. Any questions? Anything else you want me to say about that?
No, is there anything you need to add to that, China?
Just want to say that I am working on a few DJs that I need to get confirmation. You'll be getting note cards from me in the next hour. I'm working on that now, so we'll just get that all confirmed. I will be adding that in the calendar. So.
Okay, how many have we got? Because obviously we've got quite a tight schedule. That's all.
Yeah, so I'll be working on those.
Right. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say a huge thank you to Indigo and China. They've really helped me out on getting this sorted out. It's not been an easy task at all. but we managed to sort it. All I will say is, and I think Indigo will agree with me and China, is please make sure that is it 15 or 30 minutes before Indigo?
All DJs and performers should arrive 15 to 30 minutes prior to your set or your performance. Also, we've added your stream to the web page, so if you have people that just can't attend, they should be able to copy and paste. As long as your stream is up and running, they should be able to copy and paste the stream that you sent to us and be able to listen to your set if they can't attend physically, with their avatar. That's why we asked for your stream, just so that we could make sure that you got your your music and your stream out there to others who can't attend the actual Wolf Fest. So I really want to thank all of the DJs and performers that did respond. You guys were awesome with, filling out your note cards, getting them back, and just check. Like I said, just check your cards to make sure that your time frames and everything work for you, the ones that you gave to us. We tried to work everybody into the schedule that did reply back, and we got a lot of replies back. And I'm just really, really thankful for your talent and your time that you're loaning to the Wolf Fest this year. This is our first one, so let's make it a great one.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with Indigo on that. On a side note, that I do want to just, because I don't want to forget what Savannah and Zenon have done with the Wolfpack. They really have brought that to life, should I say. I think they've got events I've got on events pretty much every day of the week now, which is just incredible. I'm so happy. I'm sure Lone is as well with what's going on with that. But as far as the Wolf Fest is concerned, like I say, we're pretty much there. We're just waiting for a couple of acts that way. I think Indigo just still waiting on Roddy and Smiles.
Smiles, Avery, and Roddy. I have extended their time frame till Monday. So if you hear from them, I've sent out messages to them. But if you do bump into them at some point, just let them know I'm looking for them. All right, I'm looking for them. Where they at? I need them. So yeah.
Okay. I do have like I say, China said she's got a few anyway that she needs to wait to hear back from, don't you, China?
Yes, I do. Yeah, so I'll be working on those right after the meeting. So.
All right, cool. So yeah, and I basically just want to thank everyone who's put their input into Wolffest as well, as part of one of the admin team. Everyone, including from Lunar Storm Feather to Learn to everyone who's making this happen is just incredible, because we want to make this Wolffest the place to come. Going through going forward and making sure that we beat OS Fest. That's our main thing. If we can if we can beat them, I'll be over the moon. But more the fact that everybody just enjoys themselves. It's going to be 2 great days. Lauren, I've moved your times as well to 10, as discussed earlier.
Yeah, that's fine.
I do want to say one more thing too.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah.
For all of the region owners that are here, and if you know any region owners, please reach out to Luna, because we would like to showcase your region. It's not going to cost you anything to just set up something at the Wolf Fest, and we have some spots that are open for you. So please, please, please. I'm still building on my site, so come on over and put your stuff down so we can all visit your spot, see what you got. If you want to add some freebies there, that'll be great. But really, please, I encourage you to come on down to the Wolf Fest and set a little thing up for your region. Help us help you.
Perfect. Well, I think that's about everything from us guys. But again, all I will say is thanks again, everyone, for your input, and let's make this happen. Cheers.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. Luna Stormfeather, did you want to say something about Wolffest? Excellent. You're next. And then Xenon, if you wanted to do your bit about education stuff, that's cool. Excellent. So Luna Stormfeather has been doing an incredible job working on being in charge of it all. So I'm making everybody rest stuff. So, okay. Luna Stormfeather, over to you.
Okay. I have many regions actually that have already signed up and either started to put their items down or even completed it. And these are the ones that I have. And if I get to the end and I haven't mentioned yours, please let me know. Okay. I have, and these are in no particular order, just as I thought of them. Indigo Blue Realm, Great Canadian Cabin, Lunaria/Luxor, Garden Tower Malls at the Cedars, Desert Canyon Motors, Little Vacation Island, Earth Orbit Space Station, Rogues Vibe Tribe, Contessa's Creations, Wolfpack Club, Blindside Estates, Royalty Estates Resort, and I don't know how to pronounce this, so forgive me, Paha Sapa, Breathe Resort, Wolf Tech, Shaggy Hollow, Savannah AI Art, and Europa. Okay, did I miss anyone? Okay, I'm going to take that as a no.
Cool.
This is, just to clarify, this is just for that area in that circle, right? When you first land or something? Or is this for all of the places where people are setting up regions?
This is for all of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
ahead.
I'm doing like 2 more, just so you know. Remember, I've got to do VWEC and Wolf Tech. I haven't even started that. I had 10 days of chaos. And then there's the other one, which is going to be about my regions that are all part of Paradise Lost that you asked me to set up for. So just putting that out there.
Yes, I remember that. Okay, why didn't I put that down there?
I'm so forgettable.
I was just over there this morning.
Teasing.
Oh, no, wait. It's under Wolf Tech. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, got it. All right. So
how? And I know you have 2 spots.
Yeah.
So
the
so
one
that's,
spot that's over by the movie, well, I guess where we are now, is Wolf Tech / VWEC. And then the other spot, that monster area you gave me, is going to be about my personal regions that we're trying to get ready to launch.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, that's awesome. So I've got you. And I did make one error because that's Savannah and Xenon's AI art. Just to correct that. All right. And if anyone else needs to have a region or wants to have, not a region, a spot there, just ask me. I'm glad to put you somewhere. There's plenty of space. If we need more space, we will make it. So that's my plea to you. Also, our time is getting short. We have less than 2 weeks. So I want to encourage you to finish up your display if it's not finished. And if you need any help, let me know, and I will help you in any way. And is there any other questions?
Cool.
I'm really happy with the displays and builds that have been put over there already. It's really starting to look good.
Hey,
All right,
Luna.
that's all.
Luna.
Yes.
Luna. Hold on. I want to just clarify for people that may not understand what you're saying, because you helped me to understand a little bit better. Even if you have the little display in the first circle, you could still get a spot in the region area, right? Where
That's
you can
correct.
build, right? So it doesn't have to be just you have the little kiosk. You can come out of that. Like, I have a kiosk, but I also have a spot that I'm working on, and I'm building what other things that you can explore at Indigo Blue Realm. So if you have a kiosk, that doesn't mean that that's it. So if you want to come out from the kiosk area, the little circle where you land, and put a build up, you can do that too.
Yes,
Just a
that's correct.
FYI.
Yes. If what you want is a small display, that's fine. And if what you want is a build, more of a build, that is fine too. Or you can do both. So
Right.
just let me know whatever you want, and we'll arrange it for you. Okay. Anyone else besides Joe who's asking? Okay. Yes, Joe. Absolutely, Joe. Joe wants a spot, so we can talk about that after the meeting.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Okay, that's it for me then.
Thank you so much, Luna, and I think we should give a little virtual round of applause to everybody who's been managing and putting this together. It's amazing. It's amazing. Well done, everybody. I'm just really excited about Wolffest, and we're going to do some really cool things with it. Xenon, I think. Did you do your bit? Xenon, come and do your bit. Come and do your bit. Come on, Xenon.
I'm coming to do my bit. Give me a second to get down there. I walked down here like a noob because my AO was off.
Joe, I haven't forgotten your question. I'll answer it later on.
Okay, so
One after the other.
I'm going to give y'all a little personal information that you really don't care about. We had a huge storm in Texas, not this past Thursday, but I think the Thursday before. Everything's a blur now. And yeah, I'm from Texas. I live outside of Houston. And uh, in that storm, I lost my electricity and my cable for 8 days and 10 days, respectively. Needless to say, even though I had internet, I was working in a location and everything was chaos. And so I am so far behind doing what I'm supposed to do. So I am working on it. I'm really good at pulling things out the last minute. Um, and it's not quite the last minute. So I think we're going to be okay. Now, I have some really exciting news. Some of you have already heard we're going to have our first, so I'm going to be launching Wolf Tech, right, which is Wolf Territories education community. And that with that launch, we have a beautiful new region. It's amazing. It was built by Contessa Lacombe. It actually uses a build from a project that was applied in real life to a graduate school project in a prestigious school of architecture. And it's just an amazing experience. And so we will be having a session there. We'll be having for our mini con, for our mini educational conference. And we'll have a session over at the Virtual Worlds Education campus, who is now presence here. And lo and behold, I get to be the ambassador. Um, so we will be launching that officially as well. A few people have been over there to see the campus when we did a little tour early on for VWC. Actually, we actually had some people come. Again, a beautiful campus. So you're clear, our efforts in this type of education are not necessarily, probably never going to be around building or teaching people how to use OpenSim. What it's really about are conversations and support in developing your education projects and education projects around that. So the sessions we'll be having there will either be, examples of how to design learning. It will be about designing learning, or it will be based on softer skill sets that are around being able to forward your passions and conversations that contribute to others educationally. Doesn't mean we won't ever have some kind of building event or something like that, or a workshop, but it does mean we're focusing on contextual efforts at these campuses. I want to be clear that we are promoting, while we are promoting formal education efforts such as higher education and, getting higher education grants and that kind of thing, we are so not limited to that. We really, really want to promote everybody's education efforts. And guys, whether you know it or not, almost every one of you is involved in some sort of education effort, okay? And you may not look at it that way. Everything we do here contributes to our neuroplasticity and the neuroplasticity of others, and that helps keep our minds young. And it also keeps us able to learn how to do other things. So think about it. Think about all the things you do that contribute not only to you keeping your mind young, how many people do you touch that you're helping do that as well? And so that's really what we're about here. So I really look forward to having tons of you going, hey, I want to promote my education project. Get off your butt, Xenon, and help me. And then the other thing is I started a blog about Wolf Tech. I'm going to put it here if you haven't seen it. Lone Wolf did the wonderful thing of creating an education area on our website. And so I started a blog. I'm really, really looking forward to those of you and anyone you know who want to contribute to that blog. It is an education blog. Yes, please ask a question.
Hey, Zenon, some time ago, we mentioned about I'm looking at maybe getting to the possibility of getting some DJs to train people on how to actually DJ effectively. I know you mentioned there was a few people who may be interested in doing that. I know one definitely who's interested. Do I need to speak to you about on another level, or?
Oh yeah, let's get together on that because that's another, I mean, that is so perfect because and I'm going to point this out to everyone. DJing is a thing, right? But I learned to DJ so that I could do podcasting. Okay. There are so many things people learn from DJing. Not only are they contributing immediately, like to a grid by doing performances, but we're actually creating a curriculum, not just for our DJs as part of like an action learning effort, but Illusions and I talked about, we want to train people to be DJs. And not because we're trying to inundate the world with DJs, but DJing has so many other applications that have to do with public speaking in a virtual world, being a good teacher, podcasting, so many things aside from just a love of what you're doing and spreading joy to other people. So yes, you and I need to have a conversation. I actually created a little website that I call the Wolfpack Performer Success Package, and we've already started some education efforts there.
Excellent.
We got to get together, and we need to do it soon. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm like I say, I know, like I say, I'm flat out as well because obviously I do my own live music production. But I would like to think at some point I could maybe spend maybe an hour teaching Ableton to people who are desperate in wanting to actually learn music production, because that's another aspect of music, not just DJing, but music.
Yes, we want that. Absolutely. So yeah, do this for me. Let's make an appointment together. and get together on that. It's going to be, I probably won't be able to spend a lot of attention on it. We can certainly start the conversation. I won't be able to put lots of attention on it until after Wolf Fest.
No,
But
absolutely, yeah.
yeah, we need to get it moving because we're there, guys. We've created the perfect environment for people to come in and learn to do that. Okay. And be able to connect it to so many other things that contribute to personal projects in the virtual world.
Fabulous.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Um, and guys, I'm all about it. So again, what I would love is if anyone has something that they want to share about education, like Illusions, you just gave me the next blog post, right? And I would love if you would, I'll get something started and then give it to you and you can contribute and we'll put it up as a joint effort. But I do not want to be the last voice on this blog, guys. I want you to bring whatever it is that impassions you, that applies to promoting others and the efforts of helping them have a learning experience. And believe me, so much of what you're doing is doing that you may not even think about it. Okay? Look at Savannah. Because of her and what we've done, I mean, if somebody had said to us, we've had people say to us, oh, no one's going to play at Wolfpack because you don't pay them. We have a lineup of people banging on the door to play. Because of Savannah, we are attracting people who just love to do this. And we have a beautiful venue, thanks to Lone and Lineria, this amazing, gorgeous venue that people want to be a part of. And Savannah is a brilliant marketing person and doing this amazing marketing. And we're taking that and teaching our performers how to do that for themselves. Like right now, we're creating a very successful self-managed situation. And yeah, it's crazy. We're getting all kinds of people in, and I think it's going to be a matter of time. We already have had live performers approaching us, which is something we're not even, we're just open to people wanting to come in, have fun, and learn how to do this for other skills. So it's just such a great example of, and then looking at Illusions going, hey, here's music production. And, I was hoping GM would be here so I could say, hey, come on and bring your podcasting stuff over, right? I really want to promote your projects that touch other people. And believe me, every one of you is doing things that do that, that contribute to that. So contact me about posting in the blog. Contact me. And then the last thing I want to talk about real quick on this mini con is I am doing, we're going to have a poster session. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but basically you make up a couple of posters. I'm going to say 2 to 5, so they'll be on prims or whatever. And to be there the morning we're having it for an hour, and then people come through and look at your posters and look at what you're up to. And you can talk about it. And it can be real educational research. It can be things you're doing that contribute to other people being involved and contributing. It can be almost anything you think of that just has an educational swing to it. And I am happy to help anyone look at what they're doing and say, hey, here's how we can tease this out. I need about probably 3 to 5 more people that want to have poster sessions, and just let me know. Let's make it happen, guys. It'll be super fun and super neat, and it's a great way to promote what you're up to. So I think I mean, I could go on for hours clearly and never shut up, but I think that's kind of everything that I have to cover that's new, brand spanking new. So questions, comments, groans of anguish are welcome.
Zenon, can you tell us a bit about Tom Bellestoff and what the talks are going to be about at
Oh my God,
Wolffest?
Tom Bellestoff, yes. Okay, so let me get the calendar up. I have it right in front. I had it right in front of me, so let me get back to it, and I will tell you everything. Wolffest. Okay. Okay, so on what date is that? 6/15. That would be Saturday morning at 8 a.m. 6:15. Okay, that's when I want to do the poster sessions. So right out the gate, we would be having this at the WolfTech VWEC area that I'm building, and 5 to 7 poster sessions. Uh, and so people would meet there, and you would be sharing about your project, and we'd be having people come and take a look at things. Plus, they'd have a chance to get introduced to VWEC and WolfTech as as organizations. Then, on right after that, on the main, I think on the main stage, is it right after that? 6:16. Yes. No, that's the next morning. Hang on, let me see where we're going next. WolfTech, WolfTech. I believe right after that, okay, you're going to be stuck with me. We're going to go over to the WolfTech campus, so this will be the official launch, and we're going to do a session. It'll be an hour to an hour and a half-ish on creating goals and objectives for instructional design. So those of you that want to design your own instruction, part of the really challenging thing is people creating, instructional goals and performance objectives, and distinguishing what those are. And so we'll be going over that, and I'll introduce you to a complete model. This will be the introduction, but you will walk away being able to begin your own instructional design. It really helps clarify things. There'll be a lot of participation, and I'll actually be using a method called the accelerated learning model that'll be inside of this, and we'll go through that as well. And you will walk away creating goals and objectives. We could videotape them. I'm
Yeah.
open to that. Guess what, Lone?
Yeah, we could do
Guess
that,
what your
and
job is.
also we could actually we'll put it on the Wolf Grid YouTube channel as well, so we can videotape all kinds of things.
Yeah,
but not
yeah.
with videotape. Obviously, we use computers now. So,
Computers, right? We'll do machinima, or
Yeah,
streaming,
yeah.
whatever you call it.
What's instructional design?
Oh, instructional design is the method of designing your instruction, right? So when I am designing my instruction for teaching this class on goals and objectives, I do it inside of a model called the instructional systems design model. And there's lots of models out there, but this is my favorite. I'm kind of the expert in it. And I always start with instructional goals, which means what are the students going to look like after they're done? And then I go to performance objectives, which is what are they going to do during my class to reach those goals? And that's pretty much the first steps. Now there's 9 stages of this, and I'll introduce you to them all, but we're not going to do them all. But just with those 2 things, once I say, hey, this is what I want learners to look like, and then here's what they're going to do during instruction, that's 2/3 of my class right there. And then everything else kind of comes out like a waterfall, right? Because if I say learners are going to participate in a discussion about this concept, then I know I'm going to need to put my learners into small groups or pairs, and they're going to go off and do something, and maybe I'll even have a particular way they do it. And so for me, now that big piece of my instruction is basically done just from that one statement. Okay, and that's what instructional design is. So we will be looking at just that first piece, but it's a huge first piece, right? It's the foundation for everything you do in instruction. It also helps you. I'm what I call a lazy instructor. So I like to push all the learning effort onto the students. And if I design things well, that's what happens. And the more students are involved, the more they're learning. And then they don't have to hear me blather like you are right now. Now, the next morning over at, the next morning on the main stage at 8 a.m. is where we're going to hear from Tom. And Tom has been working on this amazing concept called conversance. And conversance is about, you don't have to be an expert in something, but you can be conversant in it. And the actual method of understanding the concept of conversance, and then the method of becoming conversant and promoting your conversance, and then using your conversance to have an impact on others. Again, this is a highly interactive session, so there'll be a lot of dialogue, a lot of breakout work, and should you choose, you will walk away with either a personal project or a personal passion that you can then move forward on becoming conversant in, right? And of course, in the course of that, Tom's going to share some of the super cool projects he's working on that where he has used this model of conversance to, again, not to become the expert, but to become the conduit of influence for what he's up to. And then finally, we have a session that has been planned out that is going to be presented by Prim. I haven't heard from Prim, so I'm going to have a backup session for that. But if Prim makes it, this is the most amazing session. I really hope Prim makes it for this one. But if they don't, I'll make sure it gets done later. On I want to say the session is on chemistry and the creation, the chemical attraction and chemical makeup of water. But what it's really about is using these amazing systems and techniques that Prim has created to teach anything. And then the goal is that we will have this complete module that people can take and use as a template to create their own instruction. And if we do this, it will be completely based on the specific accelerated learning model. So it's just so cool in so many ways. You will go through the actual chemistry module, but then afterwards, we'll talk about the different stages of how that was applied, and you can go discuss it. And there'll be guided discussion breakouts where you can talk about, you know what, this is what I'm up to, and this is how I want to do this now, and this is how I want to take these components and make an impact. So those are the 4 things that are lined up for the mini conference: 2 hours the first morning, 2 hours the second morning, and we have a little leeway if it goes a little over. But that's it. That's how we're introducing our education efforts. If I have to do a backup, I haven't decided what that's going to be yet, and if someone, to keep you guys from being at my mercy, if someone has something amazing they want to present, it's great. If I have to, I'll present something on AI, generative AI, and it'll be a workshop, a hands-on workshop. So we might even use Bobby for that. So yay, Bobby.
Yay,
Okay.
Bobby.
I hate taking all this time up, but I'll talk forever.
That's
Does anybody
cool.
have a question? Does that include mastering your mindset and setting goals and manifestation? Well, it doesn't specifically, but what it would include is, let's say you wanted to teach a class in that. It would include you being able to put that not only into practice for you, but how you would teach that. So honestly, in the scheme, even though it's not very a meta kind of class, what it does is, creating goals and objectives is across the board, guys. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I use the same method to do project management. I do the same method for, like you said, mastering mindset. And I did 20 years of a very, very specific curriculum in that area. And so I'm a strong believer in it. But let me tell you, having a method for sitting down and saying, okay, here are my goals and here are my objectives, works no matter what it is. It may not be for instruction, but those 2 steps are everything for everything. Okay? All right. Anybody else? More questions? More comments? Any complaints?
And Xenon,
right.
so this is the University of, what's your university? And this is 2 universities presenting this stuff, basically.
Yeah, so my university is University of Texas Medical Branch down in Galveston, Texas. And Tom's university is University of California at Irvine. So, and just so you guys know, I don't know if you know this or not, I'm going to be getting more of Vita up so you can see that I'm not just talking out my behind. But my background, I'm an instructional designer for a school of nursing and a major medical school. We're one of the top 10 med schools in the U.S. And all my doctoral work, I have about 90 hours of doctoral work, but I'm ABD. I did my initial defense and didn't do the last part. And all of that is in curriculum and instruction, instructional design, educational leadership, and human resource development, statistics, blah, blah, blah. When you get 90 hours of doctoral work, you get a lot of fun places to play. So I'm a big proponent and believer and effective person in the area of educational research. If any of you know of educational research projects, in the near future, I'm hoping Tom and I can do sessions on getting funding for doing educational projects, because you do not have to be a big school or affiliated with a big school to apply for certain types of funding. And particularly if you're in the U.S. or affiliated with someone in the U.S., we have something called Small Business Innovative Research grants that are available, as well as there's another one called STTRs that have to do with tech applications. So just really, really cool stuff. And I helped another major medical school here that was part of University of Texas in Houston get a $2 million grant from the Reynolds Foundation when they were still giving grants. And we were instrumental. It was all virtual world stuff. So pretty cool stuff. All right. Anything else?
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you for your indulgence.
No worries. But I just want you to understand just how cool this all is. That we have 2 big universities involved in this grid, and we're using it for education. I'm going to be doing a couple of tech talks at as well at Wolffest. So yeah, lots going on. Joe, I will come to your question, I promise, because I forgot to put that in this part of the presentation. So next slide. There's not many slides left, you'll be pleased to hear. There isn't.
Yeah, no worries. One after the other.
Next one. Oh, there we go. Wolffest, we've just done that. Okay, so that's good. Just a short thing about peacekeepers. Those of you who don't know what peacekeepers are, we have volunteers on the grid. There's quite a few of them here who basically help people who are new or land at welcome or want to find, they're looking for something or they need a bit of help. And we have about 34, 35 volunteer peacekeepers. And if you've got a region and you have learnt a bit about the grid and how to do things like using the control panel, everything like that, and you'd like to volunteer, please give me a shout. I won't talk too much about that, or ask one of the other peacekeepers what they do, basically. But normally with peacekeepers, we find that they're doing what they need to do already. So, land ownership. Obviously, land ownership, owning land on the grid keeps the grid running. And we have great pricing at £5 upwards. That's about $6 or something like that. Slightly cheaper than another place I could mention, which I won't. Let's just hang on, I'm just having a bit of a problem with my screen. Let me just quickly do this. Okay, never mind. Oh. For those of you watching at home. Okay. Oh. Right. Okay, that's it. Right, so next thing is any questions? Okay, so thank you. And any questions? Do you have any questions? I hope I'm still alive.
Yeah, well, as a new region owner since yesterday.
Hey.
You gave me the Wolf Territories Great Region Owner Toolbox,
yeah.
And when I tried to it showed up that it's not available.
Oh, I don't know. I'll look at that later for you. I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So any questions? Right. So
okay, thanks.
That's very strange. I don't know what's going on with that. So I was going to say streams. You asked about streams. I'm talking to a stream provider right now about providing streams for region owners. So if you own a region owner, we're going to try and do it. Just depends on the cost, so that you will either it'll be a small charge or you'll have a free stream as part of your region ownership. But I don't know I'm not far enough down the road. That's why I didn't mention it today to do it. But basically, the idea is that you'll go into the control panel and it'll say, get my stream. You click a button and there's your stream. And you can just use it and stream to it. So, but again, it's early days with that. I'm hoping to have it all done. I'm hoping this week, really, to get that sorted out. But it just depends on how Wolffest goes because we've got a lot to do with Wolffest. Any further questions?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it is only because I also DJ, so actually you know me more under the name DJ Spirit.
Oh, right.
With
Okay.
that, yeah, that has to do with the OpenSim World Fair. And
Got you.
no, the reason is, can DJ say, okay, here is there a way that we can rent the stream from the Wolf territory, or as you said, that sim owners can get a stream which they can give the information to the performers,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea behind it. The only thing that we're going to say is, so what we'll probably do, because of course, if you give your stream out, and then that DJ goes to some other grid and starts using your stream, and then you try to use it, you can't because they're using it. So, that's something we kind of need to think about. So what we'll probably do is have some kind of password system so that they,
of course,
they go, oh, well, I can't use it because I've got the password anymore. So, oh dear. Yeah, but it's all in consideration, but it's kind of a need, so we're going to do it somehow.
Okay, that would be awesome.
Excellent.
And even if it's there for a small charge for the region owner or for the DJ or otherwise performer.
Yeah. It's just going to be automated. Whether it's either going to be a small charge, so we're either going to include it as part of the region package, or it'll be a small charge that anyone can use to rent a stream. So I just don't know at the moment because I'm such a busy wolf.
I can see that.
Poor busy wolf. Okay, any more questions or comments? I know we're over time now. We are over time. Illusions.
Yeah, basically, it's not more of a question. It's just something which I hold quite close to my heart as well. I'm wondering, to you guys, obviously, we are a big grid now. And I'm wondering, obviously, Paul Owen, he's got to finance this grid.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I'm wondering if there's any sort of, if anybody has got any ideas that they could bring forward to maybe help finance the grid. Anything at all, promoting or anything, that you feel like actually this might help, finance the grid. I hope you don't mind me saying that, Lon.
No, I agree. So what you have to understand is that we pay, I'll be really open about it. This grid costs about 1,200 UK sterling a month to run. That's a month, okay? And we don't always get that in. So I sometimes fund it through other businesses and things like that. Some weird kind of dealer. My accountants have got no clue what we're doing. But the only way we make money at the moment is land sales. That's the only way we make money. We don't make money in any other way. So the more land we sell, the happier I am. Because and what happens to the money actually is it does go into getting tech and paying for tech. At the moment, it would be nice to make a little profit. Because then I can explain to my daughter why I spend all this money on this weird thing called Wolf Territories Grid. So if you've got any other ideas about money-making schemes, that's great. But I don't want you to think that that's why we're doing this, to make money. That's not why we're doing this. We're doing this because it's just happened. It started off as a tiny little experiment with like 3-second live regions quite a long time ago. And it's ended up into being this incredible thing. So yeah, if you've got any ideas and if you have TFE to play, please try and make sure it's on time. I know sometimes people get a bit struggly, and if you're having struggles, please let us know what's going on. That's cool. We don't take regions down unless we've spoken to people or they cancel them. So because it's, I'm going to say that when people build stuff here and put their heart and soul, it's part of your soul, the way you build a region and you put all this beautiful creativity in. And if 1 month you're struggling a little bit, please talk to us because we would like to help you, even though sometimes we're struggling a bit. Just we want to keep you here with your regions, obviously. Xenon, please fire away with your question. Xenon.
Sorry, my AO is hosing me, and I just jumped all over the place. All right, so here's my question. You know that I am still involved in some parts of the other place. Okay.
Are you asking for questions, Wolf?
Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just about.
Okay.
So shush everybody.
Okay. Okay. So so in the other place, there are big events that I participate in, and I choose events that are very affordable and close to my heart. So, two of these events that I participate in, when I say participate, I go there and sometimes I have a booth or something, are part of the Cancer Society, the American Cancer Society, and I have several people in my life, including my former life partner who died of cancer. And so I don't mind spending money with them, right? But for instance, the Renaissance Festival is coming up, and I will spend about, I don't know, $50 and get an opportunity to do a ton of advertising for this grid, banners, sponsorships for $50. It's a really good deal. Same thing when Burn 2 comes up. I will be getting a sizable plot. Our My plot will be themed for Wolf Territories. It's very subtle, but definitely be driving people here in a
Is
variety
anybody
of
talking?
I'll repeat that. Thank you so much, Xenon. So Xenon's going to fund some advertising and things in the other place, which ends in yeah, in the other place. We do get quite a few people coming from the other place, and just dying of shock. You know, Xenon, I can't hear you too brilliantly because you're miles away. So if you did want to come and stand on the stage and say that again, that would be great. Come over here, dear.
Let me run over like a newbie.
There you go.
So, so what I want to know is, number one, anybody who hears about something where we can promote from other grids or even across virtual worlds affordably and that are fun and interesting, and we know lots of people go to you, I'm all up in it and would love to know about it. And try everything I can to get booths at other events that are good events on the hypergrid. So now I'll shut up.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, so there is promotion and everything like that. That's cool. Somebody else had a question. If you could just type it in the chat box, then I'll just read it out. Or you could say it if you like. And then I'll just repeat it. Good. I take it from that silence, unless I'm missing something, that there are no more questions. D1, did you have a question?
No, I had an announcement. Can everybody hear me?
That's good. I've got another announcement as well. Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay. Yeah. We're having a greet and meet on the 9th. Excuse me. We're having a meet and greet on the 9th, and our meet and greet will be taking place on a casino boat.
Ooh, that sounds really amazing.
Yes. So we have slot machines and
Wow.
and poker tables and all that good stuff. So, we'll be handing out flyers. Matter of fact, flyers on the inside the destination board, and it's also in the teleport in the events column for those who
That's cool.
who wish to attend. And it will be next Sunday at 12 o'clock.
Fantastic. Do you want to get a board together and we'll shove it at welcome? That's so if anybody if you've got an event or anything like that, we use the events board and the tools you've got there, and we'll see how we go. Just want a quick shout out to we sponsor a podcast that Tay and her son run called the Factor Catcher podcast, and you should all go listen to it. It's great, and they're doing an amazing job over there. So we just provide some tools. Question from DJ Illusions: is there sweets? Yes.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to say that. No. Did you manage to speak to Furza? I think Furza was very interested in speaking to you about her blog.
The Thurza people will be coming on the Wednesday before Wolffest for a little wander around, I think. So if anyone wants to come to that, that's going to be quite good fun. I'm just putting it together. Tay, who owns the Factor Catcher podcast, if you want to subscribe to it, please contact Tay, and she can give you all the links. And we just want to encourage them to just do the thing. So, Tay, your first question.
I hope everyone can hear me. As Wolf had said, he is the sponsor of the Factor Catcher podcast, but we also have launched a second podcast that Trenton, my son, has launched as of yesterday, which will be focusing more on the teenage side of things. I will put both links into the local chat, and if anybody wants more information, please get into my box. This is a very new project that we both have been working on for over a year, so this is very new in launching. As for the event that D1 had mentioned, I will be posting it in our group chat and also in the Wolf Territories group chat.
Excellent. Okay, and yes. Oh dear. There was another question, I think, after that. Let's see. Tay, thank you for that. So please do follow them. Indigo, off you go, Indigo. That rhymes.
Thank you, Tay, for that. Yeah, she has a great podcast, and I'm glad that she's getting her and Trenton are getting the recognition here in Wolf Territories Grid. I would like to encourage you all, if you haven't already done so, to please like and bookmark Wolf Territories Grid on the OSW website. And if you have a region on the site, please let us know so that we can like your region. The more we support each other, the better it is for Wolf Territories Grid. So if you haven't done that yet, could you please do that? That would be so awesome. Thank you.
And don't forget OpenSim Social as well. OpenSimSocial.com, that's our own site. Good. And so there's Trenton's podcast. Really want to encourage the guy. So yeah, thank you to all the people that are helping. Any more questions? We are 12 minutes now over time, but that's not really a problem. I love being with you people. So, and I have autism, so yeah. That's unusual. So, good. Okay, I think that's the end of it. If you want to chat to me or friend me, please do. I'm very happy to talk to anybody about anything. Hi, Stevie. And if anyone wants to marry, please speak to Stevie. Oh yes, if you want to get married for some reason, please talk to Stevie. Stevie is a real life. I think I'm right in saying this. You're a real life bishop, aren't you? So Stevie is actually the grid chaplain, so you can talk to Stevie about anything. Talk to me about anything, but I might not get it. Wicked, far away, Wicked.
Type or voice?
Whatever you like. It's all been recorded anyway.
Okay, so we have a lot of wonderful new stores popping up with things that are to help all our new people who are coming in to join Wolf Grid from various areas. And we have our beautiful, wonderful the Wolf Grid website, and it has a marketplace and whatnot. However, we do have stores that aren't really quite ready for the marketplace because of some of the items that might be available. What I'm wondering is, will we have an attachment to that marketplace that will allow, like OpenSimWorld.com, for them to post for advertisements of the new things that they just placed in that people might want to go grab?
Okay, so the marketplace does show things, I think, in the order of newness. If you know what I mean.
Right, like advertisement and like what's new, what's hot, what just
Yeah,
got
yeah.
placed out, so we can grab the attention, because I'm finding stores that if I didn't go through the complete,
Yeah, you wouldn't find it.
teleport, I would never know.
Yep. Okay, noted. I will note that, and I'll do something to actually. There is something in the region. If you edit the region, there's something to put you in the marketplace, and that was before we had the actual marketplace. But maybe I should resurrect that and put it somewhere. So yeah, I'll think about that for you. Not a problem. It's on the list.
And as a friendly reminder, we still have the wonderful, beautiful new signs that we had put out at the Wolf Mountain that advertise other regions for other things.
Yeah.
Just as a friendly reminder.
Yeah. Wicked, could you raise a ticket about all that for me? I know that's a horrible thing to ask you to do because I hate tickets, but I just know that it's
No. I
becoming
get it.
a really good list. So, and the
That's
same
right,
is,
yeah,
you know, you can use the ticket systems for doing ideas as well. It's not a problem. It's not just about support. It just helps me to list everything. You know, Contessa.
There's a lot of things.
I'm in the middle of doing your region, by the way. Where is this marketplace you speak of? That's very Yoda. If you hit search, okay, it's on the website. It's on the main website, or you can hit search and go to web search in the search thing, which you're all doing now, and scroll down the page, and it's there somewhere. There it is. And there's a category, there's a search box, and you can search for stuff there. And what it does is it takes you to the place where the stuff is, rather than just selling it to you there and then. Okay. Just about catching up. Okay. Contessa, it might not be you. It was somebody. I had to back up their region. It was a bit complicated. Don't worry about it. I might be going crazy. Right. There's a fight on who's got their hands up. We'll do it in the order of Savannah, you're first, and then Stevie.
Okay. I just wanted, can you hear me?
Yeah, all good.
Okay, I just wanted to let everybody know, I know you give the newbies that, new people that come in, that you have their outfits in their inventory.
Yes.
But some of them are, looking for other stuff that, like the 6.0 and all that. Well, I made a little room up on my region, just for those new people who come in and, well, the females right now. I'll make some for males later, but for when they come in, I got, the 6.0, and I got a whole ton of clothing in a box, and it's all mesh, it's all updated and everything, and I got, like the Evox head, and the Genesis head, and the bodies and all that. So if they're asking for something more advanced, you could just send them to me, and I'll give them a landmark to go up there, and let them get what they need.
Thank you. I don't know what Evox is.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
Excellent. Cool. A bit of collaboration going on there. Stevie, you'll go.
Sorry. I'd just like to say that I'm not sure if you're all aware that I have two regions, Cartref and Cartref 1. Up until yesterday, only Cartref was open, but we've now decided to open Cartref 2 because it's nearly finished. We have a complete BDSM island with collars, if you want them, that Liam has made bespoke. We have the BDSM island, in actual fact, has a pleasure castle, a BDSM shop, the Dark Castle, etc., etc. And to get there, if you take the bridge, you'll be in for some surprises. That's just one island. It's Cartref 1. It's on low, not Cartref. Cartref is the other island. You also, to get to the bridge itself, you have to go through the medieval area, which is in the process of being opened at the moment. I was working on that before I came over here. We also, on Cartref 1, there is a complete island that is a car showroom with everything from racing cars, bikes, a seedy motel, etc., etc. We have the garden centres now open and running. The wedding area, which has got separate shops, just purely for wedding attire, and that doesn't just mean, you know, like the fancy suits and the fancy wedding dresses. It includes the darks, the goth stuff, and things like that, and hand fastings and things like that. You know, every alternative. We're trying to cover every aspect, and there's some wedding venues up. They're not all complete yet, but they are there. On top of that, as I said, we've got the garden centres. There's 2 islands which are garden centres, and we've got the big shopping mall, which is, I would say, I'm actually slacking in this because I tend to do more of the landscaping. Liam actually makes clothes and stuff like that, so his stuff is up and out, the majority of it, including he makes clothes for the wolf avatar, both male and female. So there's that there as well, and that they're all mainly bespoke stuff. So yeah. Yes, you can get changed now, Wolf.
Finally.
So yeah, so there's a lot been going on, and that's why we've not really been around, because we're both working. I'm a priest, as Lona said. I'm a priest real life. I'm a bishop, and am I still there? Yep. Yeah. You know, that takes a lot of my time up because I train other chaplains, etc. And Liam is working as well now, so we don't get as much time online. I know Liam is going to be DJing for you. I still haven't DJed now for a year because basically church took over real life, unfortunately. That's what happens when you're a bishop. But yes, so I've now kind of put my energies into the regions, and they are coming along. If you do come over and you see, so there are quite a few empty still. We're still working on those, but we have ideas, and we have some there's a fun fair area as well. We have some unusual ideas coming forward. Poor Liam, every time he comes on, he says, "Oh, we got a zoo now, have we? That's nice." And things like that. You know, it's like he came on today and said, "Oh, when did we get the medieval area then?" That happened overnight. This is I'm autistic, so you know, I start one thing and get it pretty much finished, and then I think, "Oh, now that's a good idea," and I try something else. So yeah, but there is some good stuff out there. If you're into BDSM, we are trying to cover all aspects, from hardcore gore type stuff to the more gentle slap and tickle, as we call it. We have got some stuff on Marketplace, but that's nothing to do with me. That's Liam's side of things. I don't get involved with all that. So yes, do come over and visit us. You'll be very welcome.
Cool.
Oh, and we've got rentals as well, which we've got 3 rented out already. So
that's good news. Okay, good. Okay, so we are now half an hour over when we should have finished. So has anyone got any burning questions?
I don't have a burning question, but I do think you should let people know about the website link, you know, the website section that you created on the website for other websites. So if you have a website that's related to...
Okay, it's in the Discord. So in the Discord, I created a new channel, and it's it's any websites that are linked to Wolf Territory's grid. So for instance, sometimes we get whole grids that come to us, so they still have their grid website, but it's kind of changed around for Wolf Grid. So that's the place to put it. Tay's got her thing there, and there's different places you can put your web links in there for that, because it kind of covers a bit of a thing where you have some people have their own websites for what they're doing on the grid. So don't forget to put your grid thingies in there, your websites in there. I'm running out of energy. Okay, 2024, good. Okay, that's UK time. So I think if you do have questions and you didn't get to ask them, please come and have a chat afterwards. That's fine, or tomorrow or whenever. Don't forget, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, some regions will go down from 10 till 11 in the morning, UK time, which is when most people are asleep. And that's just while we physically move the servers from one place to another. But the grid itself will be online and all happily working. So thank you very much, everybody. Looking forward to Wolffest, and I think that's it, really. I think we'll call that a day. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to stop the recording now. Once I've done it. Let's see. Once I've